Yes, we are live finally. We've been through seven rivers and seven seas to come live because of the internet challenge. Thank you so much, everyone. And so good to have you here on Facebook, on YouTube, and today on Instagram. So people saw this topic and vowed that they were going to be here. Some people have said, oh, this is long overdue. Some people have said, I can't miss this for anything. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. We do not take it for granted. This is that time also that you need to just quickly call in your colleagues at work, call in, send the link to family members and anybody that you know has a teen or will be having one soon. Like I always say, it is cheaper, easier, and less stressful to um, do prevention instead of cure. Although cure is more income for me. So either way, it's fine. Thank you so much. I can see if you're here, you need to let me know you're here by making a comment. But I can see that the members of the Girls Hub, they are here. I see them on Facebook. I see them on YouTube. Thank you so much. The Girls Hub is a vibrant community you want to join. Don't worry. You just need to join it if you have a daughter. Okay, so let's go straight to the point. Why do teens fight their parents? I hear in my spirit, that somebody's asking, must we fight? I just perceive that somebody is even saying, as a team, let's even start from why they fight. Why must we fight? Yes, I can see you guys. I can see Eunice. I can see Chini. When I hear Queen Mother, I know that they're coming from the girls or they're coming from Ignite. That's where they're coming from. But it's basically the girls. So thank you so much for being here. Yes. What must we fight? Must parents and their teen must they fight? That's a question, right? Don't worry, you get it. Let's talk about the definition of fight. Let's talk about the definition of fight. Hello, Madam Linda. How is my girl? Um, a fight is a struggle, a clash, a disagreement, a violent or a silent confrontation. Now, I added silent because my girls, many times my girls don't fight violently, they will fight silently. They are still fighting. In fact, malice is also a form of fighting because you're disagreeing and you're refusing to speak about it. So you shut out, you shut down, you get off. It's still a form of fighting. So when you hear the phrase fight, it doesn't mean physical tussle all the time, right? For teenagers, most of them, will not hit their parents. Where are they born? They wouldn't, which I think is what even makes it worse because they don't know, how to express their feelings. They now find a way to fight. We're running the emotions mastery class for teenagers because we have seen over the years that teenagers don't know how to fight. A husband and a wife are fighting, and in fact, they have been married for 30 years. They fight almost every day, but they are still living happily ever after. But teenagers, once that fight starts, there's a lot of stress, there's a lot of strain, which is why we know that it is important for them to also learn how to fight. There's a way to fight. That's not the topic for today. I want us to understand that the reason why, because I perceived at the beginning that somebody was asking, must they fight? Must they even fight us? Can't they just do as we say? No, they cannot. Sorry, I'm not their lawyer, but I will tell you as an expert that the reason why teenagers will fight is because they are growing older. They are coming out of your nest. They are preparing to come out of your nest. So they're trying to build their personal ideologies, their identity, their independence, their own mindset. They are trying to build their lives. No matter how much you train, you talk, you teach, your teenagers are growing. And just like two adults, the only problem is that because you birthed them, you don't understand why they have to resist whatever it is that you say. So if you have young people working in your office or your organization, or in your business space, when they disagree with you, there's a way you handle it is different from the way you handle the one with your child. Because at the office you feel like that's not how it should be done, this is how it should be done, everything formal, everything posh, everything cool. But when it's your children, your heart is beating faster. It's looking like blood is trying to rush all around your body at the same time. You're like, what? Calm down. Calm down. Expect these things because they will happen. Which is why I don't understand when teen parents are slack. I've never understood it. Like, seriously, are you thinking that you're just going to go through teenage all cool, calm, and collected? Where are you from and where do you live? I don't care your status, your location, your age. I don't care about all those things. You are going to have tussles and clashes with your teenagers, basically because of disagreement in goals, values, and beliefs, misalignment, what you want versus what they want, what you think is good versus what they think is good for themselves. They'll tell you things like, but this is my life. And you will be like, but I gave you that life, as it were, I brought you to life. So as long as they live with you, as long as you relate with them, there will always be clashes, disagreements, and conflict. And it's worse for some people. It's worse. It's normal for everybody to have this conflict, this argument with their teenagers, but it's worse for some people. We're going to talk about why. Okay. But for now, I just want to give you one expo. Please, as I speak, if you have anything that resonates, kindly write down so that even those that are coming in to join us or catch a replay would be able to get it. Now, there are some things, there are some areas, I call them flashpoints, like danger zones, areas of concentration, the boxing ring. You're going to be fighting based on certain issues. When it happens, remember that I told you. Now, what are those issues? Curfew. Curfew. When to come back, when to. I remember that, my daughter is around. She's doing her gap year. And she had an event she was going for. And I said, you're supposed to come back at 6. Was it 6 or 6:30? I can't remember now. And she said, Mommy, I think we need to review this curfew because I've finished secondary school. I'm going to university. I think we need to review this time of coming back. I'm like, hello, I don't get it. We all come back home before 7. It was 7. We all come back, your father, your mother, and if you're not at home at 7, you're, letting the others know. And then one child will now come and say, let us review our curfew time. So curfew is a big deal, especially in some parts of the world. Like in Nigeria, well, not so bad, but in some places, really, really bad because they believe that, look, I am old. You see this old enough syndrome? This I am old enough syndrome, it is one of the greatest causes. In fact, like I said, it is the main cause of conflict and disagreement with your teens. They just feel like, please. Okay, so curfew, we have allowance. How much? I have also had this struggle. Oh, you cannot be giving me the 20K, 15K. It's too small. By the time I do my hair, by the time I do this, by the time I buy credit, by the time the money is finished, I need more. And then you go like, what are you using the money for? Disagreement. And for some, they will fight you well. Okay, let's go to movement. Where are you going to? Why are you asking, mommy? Don't worry, I'll be safe. You can't go for this event. Why can't I go for the event? Fight. School, choice of school, choice of career. I had a teenager complain so bitterly about the choice of her school. Her parents made a choice that is not favorable for her at all. And they're not even listening to her. So I'm wading in, trying to, find a way to get the balance. But if we don't reach a compromise, I would not be surprised if that fight escalates. If the parents are still insistent on this choice, it's not going to end well. So, choice of career, choice of school. We're not saying that you should do everything your teenagers are saying they want, because meantime they don't even know what they want. But you need to find a way to align both your goals and your vision, your beliefs, your values, your plans. Let it be in alignment. That is the way to end this fight. Align, readjust, negotiate, and everybody come to a compromise. Now, what are the other areas? Academic performance. Parents are constantly expecting so much. Of course, after paying all the fees, paying all the bills, what won't you expect? Me, I expect to. I expected, the other day I expected first class. My daughter was like, I've not even gotten to university. You are already expecting first class. I say, oh, yes. I am expecting the first class. No, I did not make, but it's okay. I will expect. Okay, so we have phone and internet use. There are always fights around this. My mommy doesn't want me to use phone. My mommy says, listen, when you give media rules, media plans, they get upset. They will fight. Why are you controlling me? Why don't you want me to use it? Then we have body beautification. This is especially for the girls. Nose piercings. What's the other one called? Tattoo. I'm sorry about that. Then we have messy rooms, chores, etc. Every day you're asking, why can't you tidy your room? What is wrong with your room? You see those choice things. You see those choice on when to do chores. How some girls in the girls hub, when I took the complaints of their parents to them, they said, Auntie Etima, we will do our choice when we like. We did not say we will not do the choice. We did not say we will not do the choice. Sorry, the chores. We will do it when we like. Meanwhile, parents want the chores to be done at a particular time. They want it to be done, and of course, it should be done at a particular time. Should you just wake up? Should you just wake up and start doing your chores in the middle of the night? The book downstairs. So that will cause fight. The big one. Yes, give it to me. Sorry about that. So that will cause the fight. Then we have nagging. You want to correct your child. You will nag and nag and nag. You'll be saying it 1 million times. For them, once is enough. You will fight about friendship and relationship choices. I don't like this friend of yours. Why don't you like the friend, mommy? You are being judgmental. They'll even give you a name. They'll say you are being judgmental. Mommy, you're just being too critical. Mommy, you're just being unnecessarily afraid. There's nothing they will not say because you're trying to give counsel. So expect fight when it comes to their friendship choices. Expect fight when it comes to the clothes they wear. The clothes they wear versus the clothes you want them to wear. They'll tell you that must I dress like you? Can't I be free to express the way I want in my dressing? And then they wear some very funny things. I don't even get this generation. Who else is as confused as I am? Let's not even go there. Hey, somebody will dress without underwear and is going out and saying that that's how we do it now. I don't get it. Anyway, I just said to tell you that you're going to fight over clothes. You're going to fight over disrespectful behavior. Did you greet? Mommy, I greeted. Meanwhile, nobody heard. Is a pointer. Is a fighting point. Sleep routine is a fighting point. Mommy, is it your eyes? Is it your eyes? Is it your sleep? They want to sleep when they want, wake up when they want. How and why? You will fight when it comes to that. You will fight when it comes to social media. You know what they do. You know, the idea about social media is supposed to be a place of sharing content, not just consuming content. But these young ones, they don't understand it that way. They just believe that, oh, I'm just to surf the net. I'm just to check out all the celeb. No, they want to all be influencers. But they don't understand that it takes a lot of work. You should go online to create content, to share content, not just to be consuming, to be liking, to be following, or to be sourcing for followers. That's what it's about. It's a follower thing. What else? Secrecy and privacy. Secrecy and privacy. You're not sharing things with me. You know, you're always hiding things from me. I remember my first book was How to Get Your Things to Open Up to You. Oh, I sold thousands of that book. Very small book, but very powerful. How to get your things to open up to you is a big deal because teenagers will just go like, my mom will not understand, no need. And besides, why must I tell her? Why must I tell my dad her wrong number? Meanwhile, some of the things, we don't expect them to tell us everything, but some of the things that they need to tell us is for their safety. But then it's a problem. So you're going back and forth and all that. By the way, I hope you know that I've written 4 other books apart from How to Get Your Things to Open Up to You. Yes, my first book for teens, Maintain Your Wife. This is the book on preteens for puberty. This is the spiritually intelligent teenager. And this is a child's guide to good habits and boundaries. So those are my books. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much, Auntie Mercy. Thank you. God bless you. So you see that these issues, I'm sure there are more. Of course, there's also the issue of food. There is the issue of church and faith. There's the issue of money blueprint. I can spend my money the way I like. We're talking about investment. They feel like, no, why are we talking investment at this stage, at this age? Please, I still have time. You know, so things like that would be a fighting point. Things like that will take you and your teenager to the boxing ring. So you need to prepare. Now, like I said earlier, these conflicts are normal. Yeah, they are normal for in every family system, but it's actually worse for some people. So I want us to do a quick checklist, a quick check. Let's check how how prone are you to go to the boxing ring with your teenagers. There are 5 major categories of parents. This is not prophecy. You will fight continually in fact, you will keep fighting with your teenagers even after they're teenagers. You keep fighting. These 5 sets. You know, there's some others that still fight with their parents. Yes, because it was not dealt with way back. So if you fall into this category, or if you see yourself falling into any of these categories, I want you to brace up, because if you do nothing about it, the fight can get bloody. The fight can get bloody. Now, I'm going to use the vowel alphabet. You know, A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U, so that you can remember quickly. So this is like the bowel checklist for um, fight parents that will be fought with for a very long time. The first is anti-engaging, disconnecting parents. You are allergic to engaging with your children. Your communication is not effective. Your body language does not connect. Your verbal language does not connect. You and your teenagers don't have a bond. You will constantly fight. The thing is, for those who engage, for those who are connected seriously to their teenagers, as this disagreement want to spring up, somehow their ability to connect and synergize will deal with it. So they don't eventually end up fighting or fighting bad or bloody. But if you're not engaging, you don't know how to get into your teens world, make them smile, make them, like the other day, my daughter was just squeezing her face. I'm like, what is happening here? I just said something funny and she just she just laughed. A potential fight was brewing. So immediately she laughed, the environment on 10 stopped. And she was not able to say, oh, this happened and that happened and that happened. So if you don't know how to engage, if you just feel like, oh, it's your business now, keep your face the way you want. It's not your face. Do whatever you like now. If you keep doing that, you will keep fighting. Now, number two, that is that is E. Ever expecting and comparing parents. Ever expecting and comparing parents. You are overbearing. You are constantly over expecting. You're constantly over expecting. Why did you not? Could you not? Can you not? Will you not? Would you not? You are going to fight. You're always comparing. Some of you want other people's children. You don't know that your children also want other people's parents. You want other people's children. Your children want other people's parents. Yes. So I need you to understand that you need to pipe low with the expectations. It's not every time you expect everything. There are some areas you should just know that this one, my child cannot deliver it to me. No need. Let me leave it. Why are you now coming to expect? You feel like when we parents feel like when we talk and now and repeat and we say we're using it for example. If she can do it, does she have two heads? You can also do it. As if we can do everything that other people can do. Can we? We're always expecting from our teenagers. Have we also met the teenagers' expectations of us? So we need to check it. Now, number 4, inattentive and insensitive parents. I would like to dwell a bit here because this is one of the greatest problems that we're having. When parents are not even sensitive, they are not aware, like we say it in TIP. They don't even know what is going on. They don't know what is going on. You're insensitive. You're not even paying attention. Now, these are the kind of parents that cause neglect and abuse for their children. You're not noticing that your child is having a challenge or that your child needs you at this time is a form of neglect, is a form of abuse. This is what causes the mental health problems that we see in teenagers, where their parents are not there. They are physically present, but they are mentally and emotionally absent. They are not sensitive to say, oh, this is the period where my child is stressed and stretched. I need to give her a lot of, support, succor, the way you drive the conversations, the utterances you make, etc. It is coming from a place of insensitivity. It is coming from a place of, inattentiveness. You are not taking notes. Some of us say things like, "Oh, why should I be at all my teenagers' events? Why? They should be old enough to know that I'm busy and I'm trying to get money to pay their bills." No, nope, nope. Your teenagers do not interpret it that way. Neglect can happen in many forms at different levels. We think that we only are neglecting our teenagers in the area of maybe fees, food, medical attention, etc. But the worst type of neglect is inavailability. You are there, but you're not available. You're unavailable. Yes, so you don't. Your child is going through a difficult time in their journey, and you are not even sensitive. You don't even know. This is what happens. It builds resentment. Yes. It builds resentment, and by the time the older your child goes or grows, the more they start to resist your instructions. Because they feel like, also when I was going through this hard time, my mom was not there, my dad was not there, and now he comes and wants to shove down a list of instructions for me to meet. Nope, nope, nope. That's what goes on in their minds. So I need us to understand that this locomotive lifestyle, where you are in Asia on Monday and you are ending in Europe on Sunday, is going to affect your teenagers and your relationship with them negatively. When you are so busy, so our priorities sometimes is not balanced. Somebody will say, Tima, do you mean that we should leave our work and come and sit down so that we can be sensitive and available and attentive to our teenagers? What I'm saying is, make sure that you prioritize rightly. There are some things you will need to give up now. That's the truth. Opportunity cost, you need to do it. Why? Future. Do you know that a lot of us, when we are fighting with our teenagers, we can't focus at work? You can't focus. You're not happy now because your child, for example, somebody like me, one thing that will break my heart is if my child does a tattoo. Because the tattoo is, you cannot remove it. Most of them, I'm not talking about this, playful one. I'm talking about the one that is permanent. So I'm fighting with my teenager, I'm fighting my teenager, and then my teenager just goes based on the fact that, are you just waking up to notice that I've been here all the while? And goes to do a tattoo. Remember, a tattoo is one of our flashpoints, one of our fighting points. Then that child does a tattoo and breaks my heart. How do you think how do you think I'm gonna be happy? Many times parents fight with their teenagers and their businesses suffer because it's a pain in your heart. Teenagers don't know how to fight. Oh, they fight bloody. Some of them are already saying things like, "Oh, I'm not coming back home." I know several teenagers, girls, this one is girls. You see, when I say that girls are harder to raise than boys, people come to drag, people say, "No, it's not true. Trust me, I have seen both." You might not be convinced, but later you would. Believe me when I tell you that raising girls is tough. All the people that have left home and refuse to come back to their parents are all girls. Maybe because maybe it's a coincidence, but I don't think so. Many of the girls, I'm talking about teen girls, men, guys, they wait till they're older. This one, you see 12-year-old leaving home, running away from home, cannot wait to leave home forever. There's some of them, they finish university, they finish college, and they just sever all ties, block, change numbers. They are ready to die on the street instead of coming back home. It's coming from a place of neglect. They feel emotionally abused because girls are very needy emotionally. So when you're not attending to them, you're not noticing them, yeah, payback time will come. They don't plan it, but these are some of the trauma responses when they have gone through, that traumatic experience of neglect and abuse, the emotional abuse. They just feel like What's there? Meanwhile, this is you already dreaming of how your daughter will be driving you around town. Where's the daughter? Gone. If your girls are not in the girls' hall, if your girls are not in the girls' hall, you are not preparing for the rainy day. Coach Ebuka says flood na bia. It is coming. A day will come, and that day when you call and say, oh, Aunt Etima, my daughter's left home, come and speak with her. And then the girl's like, who the heck is Aunt Etima? She doesn't know me. She just feels like everybody should leave her alone. Prepare for the rainy day. Prepare for the flood. Let us get our girls into this community of girls who are taking responsibility for their growth and for their becoming. Now, let's go to the next point. The next point is overprotective parents. Overprotective parents. These are the parents I call helicopter parents. Yes, you know what I mean. They are the ones that are over controlling, hyper controlling. They want to continually determine what goes on with their children. They're doing it not from a bad place. Please don't get me wrong. Parents, I know, I understand. You guys are not doing it from a bad place. You're doing it from a place of deep concern. After all, Auntie Tima, you just said we should be sensitive, right? I know. But there is a thin line between being sensitive and available and being overprotective. Overprotectiveness is seen when you will not let a teenager out of your sight, except maybe they're in school or church. When you relate to the teen like how you are relating to them as children. Notice the way you relate with your children, it looks like you're very, very, very into their lives. Then you continue to relate like that to a teenager. Then you want to monitor everything. Monitoring is good, but please cut them some slack. It's even better that you create systems of accountability instead of monitoring. Monitoring. You are a helicopter parent. You're over hovering. You consistently refuse permission for them to do things that are considered appropriate for their age. There are certain events they should be in. There are certain activities they can do. There are certain things they should have. There are certain places that it's okay for them to go. No, no, no. Everything is no. You are over controlling. And when they ask you, mommy, why, you can't even explain. Because it's not safe. Because it's not this. Because have you don't even have strong enough reason to keep them from doing these age appropriate activities. You are being over controlling. You see this, your child will go to secondary school from your house. Your child will come and go to university from your house. Your child will do NYC from your house. Your child, they cannot leave your side. They cannot do what their peers are doing. Their peers are learning how to drive. You say, no, how will you learn how to drive? What if you run into a trailer? You are being over controlling. 18 years old, 17 years old can start learning how to drive. At 18, they get their license. Why is your case different? Why? If their peers are staying on campus in university, why can't they stay on campus? Why must they go to school from your house in university? I'm not talking about secondary school. These are after you now say, after all the sacrifice I've done. You see these things we say, all these things we say. After everything I've sacrificed, I leave my business and I go and enter the traffic. I drop you in school. My daughter will say, did I send you? My children, mommy, did we send you? Did we ask you to? So why are you now? That was when I had to call myself to order. I say, Omo, don't you have work, you yourself? What is all this? So teach them. That's why we say build these skills on time so that you will allow your teenagers breathe. Don't suffocate them. Controlling parents suffocate their children. You exhibit a determination to protect them from all harm, from all risk, from all problems. You're quickly bailing out, you're quickly stepping in, you're quickly solving their problems. Okay, don't worry, I know what to do. Pa, 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 pa. You have appeared in the school, talk to the VC. You have appeared in the class, So you have appeared, talked to the friend, you have warned the friend, you have gone to the friend's house, you have attacked the parents, you avoid my child, you are just constantly being El Shaddai, being omnipotent, omnipresent over your children. Hey, you will fight. Oh, your children will leave you. Oh. When they leave you, they will just, breath of fresh air, because you are choking them. Your actions and decisions seem designed to foster dependence, not independence. Every decision you are making is for them to still hover around you. Once they hit a particular age where they can have their account, let them go and have accounts. It was from my teenager that I heard that there's OPay. The first time I heard about OPay, it was from my teenagers. Since they will not let them open regular accounts, so they opened, this OPay account that can help them with small cash here and there. It's a way of helping them build independence. But this, you must come through me. I must sign it. I must go to the bank. Everything, you don't want to get them to be independent. You must pick, you must drop, you must approve, you must disapprove, you must determine, you must choose, you see all this going to go and register children for JAM. You fill the form, you fill the, everything you do. You're an over controlling parent. Sorry, I said I should tell you. That's who you are. What else? You're applying, you're so rigid, non-negotiable. You are an overprotecting parent. Your teenager will fight with you. Just know that. Initially, no, they will be buried. You know when the Bible says that the yoke will be on the brother's neck. When he's tired, he will break it off. That's what will happen. So when you constantly over control your children, they will bear it for some time, until when they can't take it any longer, they will break off. They will cut off. If you find it difficult to trust your children and your teenagers, I'm not talking about children, you find it difficult to trust your teenagers, they will fight with you. You suspect their every move. You criticize their every decision. You intervene in all their actions and mistakes. You want to be a lecturer at all times. Your teenagers will fight you. So I want you to go back to the drawing board, right? I want you to go back to the drawing board and analyze these things and say, yes, I want my children to grow well. I want our relationship to be, a beautiful, enviable one. And yet at the same time, I don't want my children going without, direction. So go and adjust. Now, there's one last one: unempathic, disagreeable parent. That's the fifth one. To be empathic is to show great understanding. You understand what your child is going through, you understand what they're saying, and you're able to shift your ground, you're able to adjust, you're able to come to a compromise, you're able to agree on a particular thing. If you don't do this, there'll be fight. And this is what happens. Your children call your bluff with this set of parents. When you're unempathic and disagreeable, this is how your teenager thinks. Your teenager thinks in this way: what's the worst that my mother can do? What's the worst that my father can do? Since he has refused to understand that as a young person, I have these needs. Even if they are not good for me, he's not even able to, explain it to me in a way that I can understand. Several years ago, my daughter would fix her nails. She hid and did it. She didn't, sometimes when you judge parents, I now understand what happens. She went with, an older relative that was staying with me. I don't know how they planned it. I just came back and saw my 12 years old has fixed nails and was trying to hide it. How do you want to hide nails from your mother that you're living with? I was so upset. I gave no room for conversations. I did not care about the explanation. I just got scissors. Bam! Brak! I almost cut off her fingers. Brak, 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 brak. Ah, my daughter shut down. Busy shut down. Complete shutdown. And it was Christmas. It was Christmas period. So we're traveling. She was in this bad mood. She was too many moods. Too many. It was such a fight. The fight was a lot. My husband and I, her siblings, everywhere was tension until we had to settle it. If that scenario is repeated again today, do you think I'll do that? No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I know better now. So I want us to just understand that our teenagers are going to try out stuff. They are going to push boundaries. They are going to take risk. They are going to act without thinking, or rather act before thinking. You need to be empathic. You need to know. You need to understand that that is what makes them teenagers. If you come from that angle, you'll be more agreeable. Later on, when we had that conversation, we had to create a big girl plan. That was what gave rise to a big girl plan. To say this and this is what you can do at 16, this is what you can do at 18, this is what you can do at 14. So I need you to understand that you must be agreeable. You must be agreeable and empathic if you must end this fight with your teenagers. I hope you're getting value for your time. So you tell me, out of the five vowel type of parents that are prone to fighting, which one do you see yourself battling with? I'm going to run it through again. Anti-engaging, disconnecting parents. These are parents that are detached. They detached parents. Or ever expecting and comparing. Or inattentive and insensitive, unmindful, forgetful. Is that where you fall? Or overprotective and hyper controlling. Is that where you fall? Are you always wanting to be involved in every decision making process in your child's life? Is that you? Or are you just unempathic and disagreeable? Just cut me some slack. So when you start to deal with these things, this is what to do to not fight with your teenagers. By reparenting yourself. Reparent, come back, like I just shared with you about how I was unempathic and disagreeable. Yes, Madam Judith has already said overprotective. Yes. Thank you for being so sincere. Yes, I'm waiting. You so I've taken mine, you take yours. Number two is over expecting and ever expecting, ever comparing. What of those that are doing it? Are they not human beings? This one is very common to most of us. Being empathic has been a bone of contention. I'm going to apply more emotions control. Seriously, that's what you need for that point. Emotions control. Ever expecting, is it ever expecting is going to take the day? Ever expectant parents. Look, when you're always expecting, you will always compare. They go hand in hand. Because you're seeing what you expect from your child, you're seeing it's another child. So naturally, you will just compare. Say, the teacher can do it. The teacher is your friend now. You can do it too. Someone else said overprotecting. Yes, I know you people. This is one of my list. This is one of my list. I am not an overprotective hyper. My children started gaining independence since from 12, 10. They can move anywhere. My son traveled to Lagos by road without me. I said, guy, you will go. It's just 14. And I did not call him throughout the journey. Nope. Now, that boy, I'm sure he can go anywhere in Nigeria alone after he hits that milestone. So that is not one of my fighting points. I don't think I'm that way. Okay? Someone else said overprotecting and ever expecting. I get it. Of course, because you know you're over engaging in their life, over protecting of their life. So you will now expect that after all I'm doing, why will you tell me that you will not give me what I expect of you? Give me that first class, so you must produce it. Okay, someone else said ever expecting and never comparing. All right, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you all have understood what the issues are. So the next time you see a fight brewing, check. Just go and bring these five things, these vowel sounds. Just bring it and put and check and say, where am I missing it? It's not going to be far from these five things. And this is what I want you to do. Do this task for me, please. Help me take this, help me take this to your children and to your teenagers and have a conversation with them. Can you do that for me? This is where the help begins. This is when the intervention begins. Talk to your teenagers and say, look, I understand that we have conflict, we have fight, we have disagreement, but I'm willing to do better. These are five things that Auntie Etima has said that you guys, and for information, I did a lot of research on this. I did a lot of research. I mean, my teenagers confirmed a lot of, in fact, confirmed all, not a lot, confirmed all these things as reasons why they fight with you and why they'll keep fighting. One said, the school I want to go to, I've been at home for 3 years. My mom is insisting I go to that school and I go to that country. I'm intentionally not passing. Change my life. No problem. I was like, what? That serious? Yes. She said, by the time I'm 18, at least I'm an adult. If I give myself 2 more years, I'm 20, I'll leave a house and I'll do what I want. What would you have done better now in the scenario of your daughter? Ah! Oh, Sade Victoria, oh, Auntie Sade Victoria, you have hit, you have hit me below the belt. So what I would have done is I would have engaged her in a conversation. Why did you fix this nails? What are you trying to achieve? Do you know why people fix nails? Do you know who fixes nails? Do you know where they fix nails? Do you know what nails are for? Would have had the conversation about the activities. So why didn't you tell me? What are you afraid of? Why are you hiding it? Would have had the conversation around it. By the time we're done, she would have gone to take it off by herself. When I have issues with my daughter now, or my teenagers, I prepare for the conversation, for the confrontation. It's not a conversation sometimes. Both. I prefer for the conversation. I don't just talk. I don't just act on impulse. I align my point. By the time I'm done with my point, you will get it. This worked for me when I first got married. And by the way, thank you so much for all the best wishes on our anniversary on Sunday. When I used to go to my husband to fight, I used to fight, be a fighter. I realized that to go here and come out here, I had to now do studies. I now stop that I'm saying so much and yet I'm saying nothing. I'm just using sentiment, blackmail, threat, and all those things. It doesn't work. I started going to him with strong points. You know, when the Bible says God is telling you to come forth with your strong reasons, that's what I started doing. So when you go to your teenagers, you go with strong points. Ma, that's what I would have done if she does that. I will go with my strong points, irresistible points. By the time I'm done, she'll take out those nails herself. So that's it. The former fighter, yes, so I can know how to I'm sanguine, I'm outgoing, so I know how to fight. I don't lack words. When I give it to you, boss, you'll be all right. But now I'm a wise woman. As queen mother, I have to be wise. Okay, so I'm going to just end by saying, dear parents, it's time for you to shoot your sword. It's time for you to cease fire. Cease fire. It is okay. time is going, the time you're supposed to use to enjoy your children, the time you're supposed to use to, bond with them, you're using to settle conflict, you're using to settle problem, you're using to do analysis. All that is not worth it if you would go back and start with yourself. I always dream about my young adults driving me around town. I'm going here, I'm going there, they're just driving me. And then at that point in time, I don't have them. Why? Because they have left home and refused to come back. That's what drives me sometimes to say, look, let me do the work now. So that when it is time for me to reap some of us may feel like you're reaping the fruit of your labor only when they are married and you have grandchildren. No, you're reaping the fruit of your faith of your labor by your teenagers being around you, not around you like living with you. Being involved. There's going to be a switch, right? At a point, they're going to be the ones involved in your life. Can you imagine you staying a whole month, your teenager will not call you, your 19-year-old will not call you, say, Mommy, how far? What's happening? How is work? They will not. No. I can't bear it. I don't know about you. I can't. The teenagers are not, we spoke to my children over the weekend. They're in boarding school. And they were talking about, our anniversary. What was the plan? Just imagine that they are not in secondary school. They are now in college. That means they have access to you often. And then they disconnect from you. It's heartbreaking. This is what is giving some adults hypertension and high blood pressure. This is exactly it. Because there's a gap in your heart. Your heart is yearning for your adult children to check you, to love you back, to sow back into your life what you sowed into theirs. So if you sowed control, you sowed detachment, you sowed hurtful words, you sowed fight, that's what you get. You sowed a distance, sir, ma, you will get distance back. They will keep you where you ought to be, or keep you where you kept them. You will say you're doing this, and they say, what's that? They'll be so uninterested in the things that concern you. Why? It's what you sowed into their lives. So let's go back and start afresh. You've relearned. Some of you have unlearned. Some of you have just learned for the first time. Go back and intentionally begin to work on these things. I don't like deceiving myself. Instead of shouting, tell them, I shout, tell me. So even when I was preparing, I was picking my own. Pick your own. I'm done with a lot of them, but I still see myself in two. Go back and go and work on it. Don't just sit down and say, all these are talking. There's nothing like that to me. I'm going to just do what is expected of me as a parent. Okay, Oshe, get ready for your child to speak that same phonetics for you in your old age. And it's not far. In the next 5 years, 10 years, almost all our children will be in their 20s. They will speak this English, this same English. I'll just be a responsible adult, and that's it. My mom should keep all this mushy thing. They're going to call keeping in touch with you mushy. Okay, thank you so much. I want you to know that as you are doing your own part, your children, your teenagers also need a lot of learning. Like I said, teenagers fight bloody. This is why we created the emotions intelligence class for them. Let's even teach them, while you are work in progress, let's also teach the teenagers how to express themselves without a fight. Don't you agree with me? Let's teach your teenagers how to be mindful of their utterances. Some of them, excuse me, say many hurtful things. I can't wait to leave this house. Do you know how it feels when your child tells you, I can't wait to leave you, to your face? So we need to get our children learning these skills: conflict resolution, anger management, emotions control, emotions regulation. We need to teach them. This is why I'm asking, Everyone, please. We've had some parents pay for some children, for some teenagers to attend the class. It's just 5K. It is just 5,000 naira. Of course, that's if you're coming to the class directly. If you're watching a replay, it's 10K. Please get your teenagers, every one of them, get them into this class. So that as you're becoming, they will not be taking you back to Egypt. So that they will not be acting as triggers. Their behaviors will not be triggers to, your anger and your trauma and all the things you are dealing with. That class holds in a few weeks. The registration is already ongoing. Please feel free to register. All the teenagers, I know a parent that said, my children and all their friends, everybody is coming into that class. Why? Is their friends that tell them, is that how you are? Is that what you said to your mom? Oh, if I was the one, this is what I would have done. They're the ones giving your children the rema of what to do and how to handle this conflict at home, which is why you look at it and say, oh, my child has changed. Did you see how she reacted? Did you see what he did with his friends? So get every single one of them, girls and boys, ages 10 and above, to join the Emotions Mastery class for Gen Zs. Thank you so much, everyone. I have enjoyed this class. Thank you. I appreciate you. And I hope that when you do the checklist with your children, that you'll be right. You would have been right. What you said versus what they actually said concerning you. And sorry about that. They will say, Mommy, you're not just overprotective. You are also over expectant and insensitive. They might give you much, much more things. Okay, somebody's asking, when is the class? The class is on the 17th and 18th of November. You can send a message to admin. This is our number 009 88000339 for more details. Thank you so much, everybody. I have to let you go, and I have to go as well. Thank you. God bless you. And do enjoy the rest of your day. Please, so I have Ike Diese Merci. I have Olayinka Obaste, I have Agoraimba, I have Instagram family. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you next week. Yes, I have Jennifer John. I have Mercy. I have said Mercy already. I have Ola Odedeji. I have Unye. All of you, I see you. I see Tinuke. I see you. Agura, I see you, Mrs. D. I see Ogunleye, I see Olayinka, I see Ebele, I see Obi Kanye Adedoyin, I see Bilikisu, I see Madam Judith, I see Nonye, I see Explore with Janet, I see Madam Linda, I see Auntie Eunice, I see Chini Udofia. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.